So before starting today's video, I just want to announce that the giveaway is over. I have selected a random winner and this is Clap. So congrats to you, shout out to you. Make sure you write to me on my email. And for all of you, thank you for participating and I will for sure be doing more in the future. Hey, I'm Naya. Welcome back to the channel. So today I have Alen here with me and he's been featured on the channel before with his Tri-Brigade deck, and today we're coming at you with an updated version for the new format because he won a 3v3 event we had on Saturday. So welcome.
Hey Naya, thanks for having me on the channel again.
Glad to have you.
On Saturday we had a 3v3 event in Zagreb with 5 teams contesting, so that's a total of 45 people. We didn't have the Swiss structure of the tournament, we had the UDS, which means that we had 4 rounds Swiss, and after that anybody with less than 6 points got eliminated, and the other teams had to play 3 more rounds of Swiss, and then straight to top 4. So we didn't have the top 8, we had the top 4 cut.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
So yeah, the 3v3.
Okay.
Yeah. It's different. I mean, it's easier to continue playing in the Swiss, but it's more difficult to top because it's like you need at least a 5-2 score plus a decent tiebreakers to get into top 4.
Right. Okay. That's nice. How come they decided for that? Do you know, or is it just random?
Yeah, because it will take it will just be 4 rounds of Swiss if we went with just the general Swiss standings. So like 4 rounds of Swiss and then top 4, so there's only 6 rounds, and since we had a lot of people from Croatia, they wanted to have like a longer tournament, a better chance to get into the top cut, so they decided to make it the UDS system, so that's 4 rounds and 3 rounds.
So how did your tournament look like? Like what did you face?
Okay, so I played the Tri-Brigades. Since the Zodiac stuff got hit on the ban list a bit with the Tanky and Barrage, I decided to switch to Rescue Cat. And my teammates were on Virtual World, and yeah, I went 5-2 in Swiss. I lost the first round and the last round of Swiss.
What?
But that's okay. The last round of Swiss they already won, so it's just like
okay.
It didn't matter because
Okay.
But still, yeah, the first round I lost against a Slovenian, actually Mitya, a very good friend.
Interesting.
Yeah. He played the new Lyraless support Tri-Brigade, and I got really impressed. I was really impressed at what they can do. Like game 1, I had the Impermanence Nibiru, and I hit him with everything, and he still had a follow-up to make like the Xyz thing, and he had the Imperial Order, so I still couldn't do anything.
Before one day before the event, he was saying like, hand traps do nothing to me. I can just play. I remember he wrote that to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and game 3 he had the trap. The trap is like insane. Like he passed on like a little bird and set 2.
Yeah.
And he had the trap. He had the trap that just negates everything. So he just
trap is busted. Yeah.
Negates all the activated monster effects. And I was just like, okay, I guess you just win. I don't have anything to go through it. And I had 3 hand traps in my hand. I had like Nib, Ash, and I think also had a Bell, and it was like nothing works. So yeah, but my teammates won that round, and then the second round, I think I played against Hrvoje, who was on Virtual World, and I managed to get that. It was really funny because he had Shenshen and Lancia, so first he tried playing with Shenshen, then later he Lancia'd me.
Oh.
It was like, it was pretty weird, but yeah. The Lancia actually ended up helping me a bit, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was quite funny, yeah.
Okay.
I managed to win that, then round 3, what did we play against? Not really sure. I played against an Eldritch player. That was also a really fun match. I won the dice roll and I made a full board. As you're gonna see in my deck profile, I played like Herald of the Arc-like with a little Cerebral thing, Defabled. So that really came up in that matchup. I played against an Invoked Shadow twice, and it's I won't say like a great matchup for this deck, but I teched in triple Droplet and also played Ghost Bells in the main deck. And it makes it so free. Like you just keep the Ghost Bell. If you open the Ghost Bell, just keep it for the Schism. Like Ghost Bell plus Imperm or Droplet, it just clears everything. Like you just wait for the Schism, you chain Ghost Bell, they go Mekaba, you just go Droplet, Imperm, and that's it. You just like win the game.
Right.
That I think I played the same guy like in Swiss and then in top 4 again.
And you beat him twice?
And my second loss. Yeah, been twice, yeah. And the second loss was to Earth Machina. It was like pretty interesting.
That's kind of random.
Yeah, yeah. I lost to him in Swiss, then I beat him in the finals.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I just like the Gozen match like kicked me in the nuts pretty hard in the Swiss and just like
Did he
couldn't do
main
much.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so he was ready. Okay.
Yeah, he was definitely ready. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty unfortunate that in this deck, like playing through Gozen is the best with Nerval because you can get out the double Dragon Lords, and since the Nerval is the one searching, you can't add a Wind Tri-Brigade of Nerval, so you can't play around stuff like Gozen rivalry with him
Right.
because you can't. Nerval can't search itself, and
Right.
I didn't play the Daruma thing, so the Gozen just was pretty bad. Yeah. Let's go to the deck profile so we
Yeah,
can go
I'm
too long
ready.
like the usual. Yeah, so I have the 11 Tri-Brigade still.
Yep.
Double Karas, I think.
Double
More than
Karas.
that is necessary. Yeah. Then the 3 Rescue Cat and the 1 Cerebral. So I really like the Cerebral. It's not the best card to draw. I would consider him a brick, but it's also not the worst brick. Like, you can still do stuff with him. He's still a beast.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
not
discard him with
horrible.
Karas.
Yeah, being a beast. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the theory behind that is if your rescue cat is resolving, you just want to set up like an unbreakable board. And if your rescue cat resolves, if you play Cerebral, then you have the Appaloosa for 2.
Right.
You have the double Dragon Lord, you have the Herald, and you have the set Revolt. And that's like unbeatable for most decks. Herald makes it so that they have to commit to a normal summon of a monster or a special summon of a monster before they can droplet.
Right.
Otherwise, you can just negate the droplet. Also super good against like Phantom Knights. I was expected to play some Phantom Knights, and I thought that Herald's gonna be the MVP in that matchup. My rescue cat didn't resolve that much. Like, yeah,
Seriously?
like in a lot of the hands, like I have, if you hard draw a Revolt and you have a rescue cat and a kit, I would rather normal summon the kit in that
For
instance.
sure. Yep,
Because
I
if
agree.
if your rescue cat gets hit with anything, then you don't get the Revolt. And normal summoning kit only loses to like an Ash Blossom. So I was just like,
Right.
I was looking at my hand like Revolt, Kit, and Rescue Cat, and I'm like, okay, I'm going for Kit definitely. I'm not gonna risk it. With
If
the
you hard
Rescue
draw
Cat.
it, for sure. Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So that's it for the Tri-Brigade monsters. For the hand traps,
Yep.
I played 10 of them. 3 Ash, double Bell, double Nib, and triple Imperm. I decided to go a bit more combo hate in the main deck with the double Nib because post side I'm siding a lot for the back row, and I thought that I'm not going to be playing that much back row decks. I actually expected more Phantom Knights, I guess. Like Phantom Knights, Tri-Brigade, and Dragon Link, and I didn't play any of that. So yeah. I played one mirror match actually. That's it.
But do you overall
But,
think
yeah.
like cards like, I don't know, Cosmic Cyclone or something like that should be played in Tri-Brigade as like attack in the main deck if you expect that kind of meta?
In the main deck,
Yeah.
only if the meta is like requiring that. Like,
Okay.
let's say the best deck is always getting to their counter trap, like the Swordsfall is always getting to the trap, and you have another deck that also has that back row, then I would consider it.
Okay.
But like this, I'm definitely not a big fan of back row removal in the main deck. I just want more generic cards. Like Nib isn't a generic card, but it's a bit bigger blow up.
Effect Veiler,
so-
I'm assuming you're sort of straying off of it because of talents, because of the reprint, since more people are gonna have it.
Yeah, and plus I'm really not a huge fan of Effect Failure.
You're not?
Like,
Okay.
No. I always value Ghost Bell way more than the Effect Failure because Ghost Bell can just be a good top deck, a good draw of Desires, even as a 6 card. You can hit Schism, you can hit Ice Dragon's Prison, you can hit Revolt, you can hit Mechaba if they try to negate a Grey effect.
Nadir
Always value
Servant.
Ghost Bell more than Nadir Servant, like a ton of stuff, like
Yeah.
a ton of stuff.
And I know you don't like Gamma. That I know. That
Yeah.
you're like a Gamma hater.
Yeah, I really don't like him. I dislike playing Garnets in my deck. It's just like I want my deck to be as fluent as possible. Like I want every card to do something, and
Okay.
just seeing the driver makes me pretty sick. So
That's
not
fair.
a big
That's
fan
fair.
of that. And I didn't want to play Crossout because it's Croatia. So much random stuff. For the other things, I played 3 Droplet and Double Talents. That's like the other flex spots I chose to play. Droplet is like such a good card. I think in the next format is gonna be a definite staple. So
Droplet is insane.
hopefully the reprint
Yes.
gets the price. Yeah, I had a cool play. Like my opponent had a negate, and I had a Revolt for 3 set up. So I just activate Revolt. He's like, it's for 3, right? And I'm like, yeah. Then chain Droplet. Send the 4 Tri-Brigade, get the Revolt for 4, get the Shurag.
Oh.
It happens a lot.
Okay, insane.
Yeah. Also, a cool play you can do is like if you I actually said it to you in the other video that's coming up, so I'm not gonna be repeating myself. But
Yeah,
you can
you
play
told
around
me. You
draw
told
with-
me.
Yeah. the double talents. It's like I didn't want to max out on talents again because last time is like you need to have things in order to play for talents to be live. So like if you're not playing, then talents is not live. So
no, it feels bricky at 3 for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe in some decks, but this time I was okay with it at 2.
Okay, and the 3 desires, of course.
Yeah, in my opinion, much better than Prosperity. Just getting the additional draw. And since people are afraid to Lancia in the standby phase, the first thing you do is you activate Desires. They just get so mega punished, so just go Desires, get an additional card. So good. So good. Then the Tanky and the Foolish Burial. The Foolish Burial is just like another starter since we lost a couple of Tankies. Call by the Grave, the additional flex, but in my opinion, it should be played like always. Like in every like mid-range or combo deck, you should be playing Call by the Grave. Just it can't hold the candle to cross out. It's such a better card overall.
It is, yeah.
In my opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Then the Triple Revolt. Yeah. The Triple Revolt, I'm like pretty fine with maxing out on it. Like hard drawing it plus any name makes it so like you can play through.
No, it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I know people are playing 2 of it, but I don't know. I just like it at 3.
Yeah.
I definitely like hard drawing it. And the Imperial Order, it's like an out-to-win card. So I wanted to. That's actually the 40th card. So yeah.
Right.
There's the main deck like clean 40. I went 5-2 in Swiss, and then I won both rounds of the top cut. In the top 4, it was against the Shadow Invoked again, and the finals against the Train again. I managed to get the revenge.
You did.
So for the extra deck, you don't actually have a lot of good things to put in this extra deck. It's super funny. Like you don't have anything generic. So I played for the Tri-Brigade stuff. I played Triple Shurag. Like 3 almost never comes up, but you don't have anything better to put in. Then the 1 Rugal, double Fairy Jit, and the 1 Bear Bloom. And for the generics, I played the Access Code and Appaloosa for the Link 4s, the Doom Eagle for the Link 3s, the Double Dragon Lords is like super good, like incredible card. The Almirage, the Herald of the Arclight,
right,
for the several thing, and the last 2 cards were Ausa, and Triple Burst Dragon.
Yeah. So explain that. I mean, you did to me, but explain to the people.
Yeah. So this could either be like an Xyz and a Zeus, but I'm like that literally never comes up. Like
right.
In almost no game state are you gonna have to resolve the cat and then you're like locked under Lancia and stuff, so you just make an Xyz. It never happens. But what does happen is that you normal summon the kit, you get to Keras, you use Keras effect, and then you get hand trap.
Right.
And make Ausa. And Ausa can float into another Tri-Brigade like a Keras or a Rescue Cat, which is pretty nice. And also it's like a generic auto contact seed. I didn't get contact seed at all, but
nice.
I really thought that Ausa is gonna come up way more than the Xyz, and it did come up a bit. I actually stole a Packatops with it, so that was like pretty okay.
Nice. Okay.
And the Triple Burst is like I wanted the generic Link 3 that does something without discarding. Like this deck just loves to empty its hand. Like you're playing without a hand most of the time. Like basically on almost every turn 0 that you play the first turn, you're gonna play without a hand.
Yeah, or maybe
you're gonna have one card in hand or 0 card. Yeah. And then you depend on the revolt for the follow-up. So you really don't want your Link 3 to need to discard like Unicorn. And I'm like, okay, what can do something that's a Link 3? So I'm reading through the things like, okay, Triple sounds fine. Like it does piercing damage, that's alright. Ink and Reborn, a Link 2 from the graveyard, that's also alright.
And then the other effect in the damage step.
And the effect to negate the things in the damage step is like why I primarily choose to play. Like in a simplified game state, let's say a Keras, you just go for the Bear Broom and that's it. You don't have anything else. Triple Burst can at least beat like an Absolutor in defense that's come up of Chaotic Seal, a Shadow in defense, a Nerval in defense brought back from Rugal.
And then negates Ray or something like that. That's very situational.
Yeah, or a Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really wanted to play the Triple Burst because it's the only... I made it once during the tournament. It wasn't especially great, but I just needed something to link into. That's all.
Okay. But would you consider bumping like Bear Bloom or Rugal to 2? Or is it enough for one?
No, not really. Like Rugal, especially now Bear Bloom, it never came up to me. Like if it came up like even once, maybe I would consider it, but it does literally never come up. So
okay.
But yeah, Triple Burst isn't the best card. Like I'm not advising anybody to play Triple Burst, but
but if you want, it's an option.
if you want it, it's definitely an option. Yeah. Yeah, and for the side deck, it's double Lancia and triple draw. So it's like I'm either gonna play 3 Lancia 2 draw or 2 Lancia 3 draw. I'm like, okay, I think I have a mirror better covered, so I don't need like more Lancias because I wanted to have drone lock because it hits more to the bad matchups. Like you can hit the Drytron, the Shadow Invoke, the Train deck also gets hit pretty hard. The Phantom Knight deck also gets hit pretty hard.
Right.
Then the back row hate, the triple Lightning Storm, triple Twin, and Red Reboot. Yeah, like going into Croatian event, like you gotta have everything. Yeah, you gotta have all the back row hate.
The back row hate you can have, yeah.
all the back row hate, yeah. 7 cards, like definitely needed for the event. And the triple Shared Ride. I really wanted a card going first. Yeah, I always like try to play like a card that doesn't lose the back row removal because people are gonna play Twin and Lightning Storm. You can just change Shared Ride, and if they push into it, they give you a lot of resources. And this deck likes to, like I said, like get playing without the cards in the hand because you deplete your hand with the link monsters and everything. So yeah, Shared Ride was just key. Like if you get stopped, you set Shared Ride. If they push into it, you have quality hand traps to draw into. If they don't push into it, then you get another turn to play. So I really like the Shared Ride. Always been a big fan of it.
Nice. Yeah. That's an interesting tech for sure, yeah. But it's cool.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's better than the Anti-Spell or the Judgment. The Judgment just has a heavy cost, and then you have to use it on the first thing of removal, and the Anti-Spell can also fuck you as well, so not really the biggest fan of Anti-Spell.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah.
Wow.
That's it for the deck.
Anything else to say about it, maybe? Like, how do you feel about it moving forward?
So in my opinion, seeing the birds, I think the birds are the way to go with this deck. Like they just give so much value to the deck. Yeah, the birds are amazing. Like the spell card is great, the Xyz is great, the yellow monster is really, really good. The 3 bones from the graveyard. I think the bird is the way to go because you are making the deck more of a combo deck, but you're getting 2 searches with Residual Starling before going into a generic negate, the new Draco Utopic Future thing. So yeah, I think this is going to be played more like a combo deck and less like a mid-range deck like it's played now with the birds. In my opinion, it's going to be the most successful variant. Okay,
that's fair. That's a really good piece of advice. So pick up your birds, everybody. If you're planning on playing Tri-Brigade, just to have them ready.
Yeah, and they're pretty cheap. Like I think it's going to be like really popular.
Nice. Yeah, maybe get it now because they might skyrocket if people actually start performing with the deck.
Yeah, you get 3 more Rotas. Like the deck desperately needs like more starters because you lost 2 of the tankies.
Right.
So you have the 3 Lyrilisk bird up. So I think that's gonna be making the deck way more like represented in the meta in that variant than in the popular variants
in the
now,
pure
like the
one.
builds. And yeah, definitely.
Nice, interesting.
Thanks for having me again on the channel.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming. Always appreciate all of your input. And if you guys learned anything, found anything new about the deck, make sure to congrats him in the comments also. Make sure to give us a like, a sub, check out Twitch as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.